Hey YouTubers, Jose Fantastico here. I'm just going through my challenge coin collection. It's been raining for about 2 days. We had that tropical storm hit off the coast of Texas. It made landfall down near Tampico, Mexico, and we're still getting effects way up here. We're in the hill country. But I'm going to go through my challenge coins I have here. I'm going to go through a couple of them. If everybody knows, the challenge coins in the military, no matter what country or what branch, they give these out as a badge of respect, honor, tradition. Most of your commanding officers will give it out to somebody who's done a job well done. Union organizations will give it out for a job well done. Also, any commemorative events, they'll give that out for a job well done. And you'll see some of those. I'll go through some of them. I won't name all the ones I have here, but I'll go through some that look pretty cool that you guys might find also real nice. Challenge coin history goes all the way back to World War One and even back in the Roman times. Most recently, though, over 100 years ago, back in World War One, they also call it challenge coins because they do challenges and stuff like that. There's 12 rules of a game with these that you could play. The rules of the game should be given or explained to everyone given a coin. It's rude to call it a challenge if you haven't broken down the way it works ahead of time. So if you got a brand new person, you guys are gonna know you're gonna play this game when you go to your Liberty Port or your next bar or event or anything like that. If you have these, in no way am I promoting alcohol, but if you go to these events, it's good to carry your coin. So again, you need to break down the rules so someone that hasn't done this before or finally got a coin issued to them. Coins must be carried at all times. The challenge can be called out anywhere at any time. You can only take 4 steps in order to reach your coin. The challenger must clearly state whether the challenge is for 1 drink or a round of drinks. So when you're getting ready to challenge, you say 1 round or how many rounds you're going to do. If the person challenged fails to produce the coin, the challenge must be honored and drinks must be purchased. Each person can only be challenged once. So if you put this coin in front of one person and everybody does it in front of one person, if they don't have it, they're going to have to buy their rounds, basically. If everyone who's challenged managed to produce a coin, the challenger's on the hook to buy the drinks. So if everyone puts their coin down and they all have it, pretty much that guy that put the coin down is going to have to buy the drink. Never hand someone else a coin in response to a challenge. Doing so is the same as giving the person the coin. Coin been placed on the table, and anyone who wants to examine it, honor bound to return it to original location. If you lose your coin, you're responsible to replace it as soon as possibly can. Losing your coin doesn't absolve you from the responsibility to follow the rules of the game. In other words, you're buying a lot of drinks if you lose it. There are 0 exceptions to these rules. These apply whether you're wearing clothes or not, or so think ahead. Remember, you got 4 steps to get within arm reaches of your coin. A challenge coin is a coin. It's not a belt buckle or bracelet or necklace, so don't use it like one. The exception is for coins that are carried in a pouch around the neck. You must control your coin at all times. It indicates honor, so you shouldn't give it to just anyone. You may not drill holes into your coin. These rules apply to anyone worthy of being given a coin, anyone who's known to own a coin, and anyone who buys a coin. Basically, those are the 12 basic rules for the actual challenge coin game. What I'm going to do is go through all these that I do have. Again, I'll pick out the ones that are pretty cool just to talk about them. Let me put this one back. But the first ones I'm going to show you are the actual units I've been on. Let me get over there one moment. Okay, the units I've been on, I have my challenge coins here in my shadow box. These are the actual units, so I put these in my shadow box. These are the actual units I've been assigned to that I was on board. So the first one is the USS Midway. For anyone that knows, that's an aircraft carrier, CB-41. It's actually a museum. So my first ship is a museum in San Diego, California now. You could go take tours of it, and you should enjoy the tour. It's very professionally well done tour and organization that keeps the USS Midway going over there in San Diego, California. But that's my first ship, a museum. Next one is the USS Blue Ridge. That was my second ship. It's flagship Sound Fleet out of Yokosuka, Japan. So Midway was in Yokosuka, Japan when I was on it. Blue Ridge, Yokosuka, Japan, flagship Sound Fleet. The next one is USS Kiska, ammunition ship number 35, or AE-35. Ammo explosives is what the AE stood for, and that was out of the San Francisco Bay Area, Alameda, California, or if we had ordnance, we were out of Concord, and that was in California. And then the next one, USS Mobile Bay, CG-53. When I was on board that ship, I was out of Yokosuka, Japan. So 3 of my first commands were in Yokosuka, Japan. Then I went to Fleet Activities, Sasebo, Japan, Port Operations. And then that was a pretty nice tour for shore duty. That was my first shore duty assignment. Then I went to USS Fort McHenry, LSD 43, which is now, I believe, in the East Coast. And that was my ship that we carry Marines, and we go pick them up out of Okinawa. Next one, the Texas shaped one, is when I was Navy recruiting. I was out of Corpus Christi, Texas. Our Navy recruiting district is out of San Antonio, and that's our coin there for the Chiefs mess. Next one is the USS Howard, DDG 83. She had a permanent dragon on her paint job. I don't know if they ever fixed it, but when I was on her, it was in San Diego, California, and now she's in Yokosuka, Japan. So Fort Mac was in Sasebo, Japan. San Antonio and Corpus Christi, Texas. USS Howard was in San Diego. And then my last command, Navy Missions Command, in Yokosuka, East Asia Division. That's the awareness facility I worked at in Urago, there next to Yokosuka. That was my last tour of duty, and that was in Yokosuka, Japan. So I'll go to the challenge coins. I'll sit down and go through them. Like I said, we'll go through the coins. I'm going to get these ones out of the sake cups. The cheese mess, short duty cheese mess in Yokosuka, Japan. Every year we have a celebration with the Japanese chiefs, and this is a sake cup. And every year they give you a different one, and the year would change here. But it was just the friendship between the chiefs mess from the United States Navy and the Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Force chiefs mess. And so we have a CPO ball, Chief Petty Officer ball. So the first coin I'm going to go through, since it was in my sake cup here, is the Yokosuka CPO Club, Chief Petty Officer Club, the Old Cove Bar. And then Chief Petty Officer's Mess, Yokosuka, Japan. This one's about a 4-inch coin. Most coins I have are about 2-inch to 3-inch. But again, you get specialty coins, I'll get a little bit bigger. This one's about a 4-inch coin. So I'll put that one back where it belongs. And then, so the second one that was in the sake cup is the Operation Tomodachi. This is a thank you from the Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Forces and the Japanese Self-Defense Forces. This is for helping out after the tsunami and major earthquake that they had in 2011 in Japan, and then the nuclear meltdown at that one plant in Fukushima. So this is the coin that the government in Japan gave to us. So again, not all coins are for units and stuff like that. Some of it could be for an actual event or something like that. And then 2 more coins here in the other sake cup I have. The first one is honoring 54 years of the U.S.-Japan Alliance. This is the Chief Petty Officers. This one was in 2014. And then the Japanese Chiefs Mess right here in kanji for the Japanese Chiefs Mess. Then the next one here is a Southwest Regional Maintenance Center, 1 team, 1 mission. It's a little smaller one. This is that 1.5-inch ones. And then Navy Chief, Navy Pride. This is the CPO mess. A lot of these coins are from CPO messes, again, for units or organizations that I worked with, been around, knew some people from there, and we did trades. And then some of them are organizational coins and stuff like that. I'll start with this one. You guys can see CPO Pride since 1893. This is one of those special designed ones. Stay hydrated, it says on the top. And then it has a little saying here. A chief never drinks, but if he does drink, he never gets drunk. But if he does happen to get drunk, he never falls. But if he does fall, he falls on the side where his rank is so that everyone will think he is an officer. That's one of the coins there. There's a saying that we, the Chief Petty Officers used to memorize when we went through, they call it training now, but it was initiation back then. One of the next ones is Desron 15, Destroyer Squadron 15, out of Yokosuka, Japan. At that time, these are the ships that were assigned to Desron 15. They're writing small and my vision's bad. But the USS Curtis Wilbur, USS Lassen, USS Steedham, USS Fitzgerald, USS John McCain, the USS McCampbell, and the USS Munston. Those are all destroyers. that belonged to Destroyer 15 at that time when I got this coin out in Yokosuka, Japan. Off and on, I was in Yokosuka, Japan for 15 years. This next one is the San Antonio area Chief's Mess coin. Again, you can see this is a specialty coin. It's pretty nice. And it's got the different types of commands that are over here in San Antonio area. You had the Naval Training Center in Lackland, the NIOC in San Antonio, and some of the other areas there. So this is out of the San Antonio area Chief's Mess coin. This one here, again, I probably won't go through all of them. It might take a while. This is COM7 Fleet Blue Ridge Chief's Mess coin. Again, 7th Fleet flagship in Yokosuka, Japan, and that's the front of it. A lot of the Japanese or the ship station in Japan will have the honor to Japan there, or respect with the rising sun. This is a Carat Coin operation that we do, and they still do with other countries. This one, that year, they did it with looks like Thailand, Malaysia, Brunei, Philippines, Indonesia, and the US and Australia for Carat. And that was part of Carrier Task Force 712. Combined Task Force. So again, I won't go through all of them. I don't know how many of you guys have ever stopped in Diego Garcia. This is the British Indian Ocean Territory, the Chagos Archipelago. And this is from the US Navy Support Center in Diego Garcia. And it is British and American. Here's one of those officer coins. So when you do a good job, you get a coin from a commanding officer. In all the branches, they do that. The commanding officers will give you a handshake, and then you get the coin in your hand and stuff when you get a handshake. And usually it's for a job well done. This is from the commanding officer of the USS City of Corpus Christi, SSN 705. A reason they put City of Corpus Christi instead of Corpus Christi, I guess they just didn't want the submarine traveling out there with missiles that say the body of Christ. So they put the city in front of it. That's just my take. Next one's Commander Destroyer Squadron 7. This doesn't do like the Comdesron 15 did, that shows the ships are in that organization and stuff like that. So at that time, I don't remember all the ships that were part of Com Destroyer Squadron 7. And this was from their Commodore given to me. Let's see. This one here looks like a helm. This one I was in Fort McHenry at Sasebo. This is called Operation Neptune Thunder, 30 June to 10 July, off the coast of Korea. And then we actually made a port visit in Vladivostok, Russia. So we went to Vladivostok, Russia. On our ship, we carry joint operations. The USS Chancellorsville was with us. 8-37FA. An Army unit was with us, and then I was on the Fort McHenry at that time, and that's kind of nice. It's got Neptune here and a helm. Another specialty coin you could see there, the Micambo, and this one she was in Japan. And then the back, it's the deck plate. It looks like deck plating, and then her front here. Because I live near San Antonio, I actually have LPD 17, USS San Antonio. Never treat, never surrender on the back of this one. I was in the Navy, so most of my coins are going to be Navy. I know some guys, Army, Air Force, have a lot more. I've already shown that. This is a Japanese Chief's Mess coin. Let me see. Float Training Group. Do this one here. This is for a ceremony we did as part of anniversary for the Bataan Death March in the Philippines. Omnia Pro Patria is on the front, and then at the time of the incident, April 9, 1942, the Bataan Death March. And then on the back, they have their emblem, the Battling Bastards of Bataan. No mama, no papa, no Uncle Sam. That's a commemoration event that we went to for one of the anniversaries of the Bataan Death March. So the Cowpens one looks pretty good. This is a 3-inch coin. USS Cowpen CG63. It's called the Thunder and Herd. So that's I don't know if they changed it. Some of these commands will over time change their Chief's Mess coins, depending on the Master Chief that's in there. If he doesn't like the coin, they'll vote on a new one. But the Chief Petty Officers asked the Chief on the bottom. And again, this is while she was in Japan. So it's got the Japanese flag, US American flag, Japan there, and then the ship. And then Chief's Mess. Again, it's pretty cool. Cowpens. Got that bull there. I already showed the Midway, which I was on. Her service was 1945, 1992, and U.S. Navy. My first command. I already did another command I was on. Fleet Activity Sasebo. This nice one here is from the Commander Naval Forces Japan. So if I was in a challenge coin, this is probably the one I would take out at night if they play by who's the highest rank, who's more senior. Instead of the traditional way, they could add this as one of the rules. Who's got the more senior coin? And this is a 2-star admiral. Enabling for deploy naval forces, ships or shipmate and self. And it's got the different units that are part of Commander Naval Forces Japan. They're around here, the different bases. And then it's the front of the coin. Got the John Paul Jones. This is the USNS Observation Island, kind of like a spy ship. That's the front end of it. And their front says, "Dis multi similis nos, no multi amor nos." This one of the helicopter squadrons, HSL 43 Battle Cats, and from their Chief's Mess. Here's another one, Commander Task Force 70, Battle Force 7 Fleet. She's out of Japan, and these are the ships that were a part of it. The Cowpens, the Shiloh, Carrier Air Wing 5, Carrier Strike Group 5, Desron 15, and at that time, the USS Kitty Hawk was in Yokosuka, Japan. Carrier Task Force 70. Got the Williams, the Comstock. Here's one of the carriers, the Teddy Roosevelt CVN 71. And here's the front end, USS Theodore Roosevelt CVN 71. Have the USS Chief coin right here, USS Chief. This was my rating when I was in the Navy until I made Chief. Boats mate, bunch of knuckleheads. And this, I had a good friend that was a SEAL that traded with me, and so I got this from him. The only easy day was yesterday, and so this is one of the ones in my collection. And then again, it says the only easy day was yesterday, and it says Naval Spec War Center, and there's the little seal in the front there. So this is one of the nice ones I like and stuff like that. This is my unit, the coin I have up there. This is the back of it. This is the Naval Munitions Command. This is the back of it. It's got the dragon, and then the chief, the senior chief, and the master chief anchors. And then it says, "Praise the Lord, pass the ammunition" on the top. Naval NMC Yokosuka Chief's Mess. And then it's "Ask the Chief" there in English, and then in Japanese in kanji is "Ask the Chief" in kanji down there. And then our master labor contractors that worked on that command actually had coins also, the senior guys. I have an Air Force coin here from Yokota Air Force Base. This is Fleet Anti-Terrorism Security Team Company, anytime, any place. This was for the Pacific area. And this is a United States Marine coin. Here's the sub, USS Texas, SSN 775. Says "Don't mess with Texas" on the bottom. Again, this another one's like a star. And then the dolphins on the side. And then they put the silent service. Again, how I mentioned some units, they changed their Chiefs Mess coins. The Navy munitions coin was this small. And then we went to this size. And just designed the front differently. Same command, just different. Changed it, voted on it. I have the USS Ronald Reagan, the aircraft carrier. Right there. USS Ronald Reagan. And then CVN 76 and small there. Peace through strength is what it's got on the top. This is another specialty one. Most people probably guessed that without me saying it. But that's the USS George Washington. Looks like a quarter. CPO mess from the Chiefs mess. And then ask the chief. And then the commands that were on there, the Chiefs mess that were part of that Chiefs mess. Right there. So that's the USS George Washington, one of the carriers. Got the USS Chosen Chiefs Mess coin, War Dragons. Again, got the deck plate in the back. And then they're shipped there. At that time, they were out of Hawaii. The Chosen CG-65. This next one is the Commander Task Force 73, which is out of Singapore. And then the units, they were there, Marine Corps unit and Navy unit. And then the Ordnance Facility that was there. And then on this side was got IMO. I got this from the Explosives Safety Officer there in Singapore. Here's one of the air squadrons out of Atsugi, VFA 115. Right there from their Chiefs mess. And then Proud Tradition there. And the letters are so small here, I'd have to get a magnifying glass to read that. Got the John McCain for the dad. They were both admirals in the Navy. But this is for the older McCain. Results not excuses. USS John McCain, Chief Petty Officer's Mess. That's a DDG 56. I think this is another. This is Katana Tsukide. This is a deck plate leadership. This is a training unit that was out of Japan. The top. This is from SRF, Joint Repair Maintenance Command in Yokosuka, Japan, the Chief Petty Officer's Mess. Again, the Repair Command, Repair Department there in Yokosuka, and then their Chief Petty Officer. And they got the samurai swords and the samurai hat, the helmet right there. It's kind of cool, that one. This is the George Washington Medical Department. They had their own coin, and there's the back of it, Forward Deployed Medical, Semper Fortis, and then right there's the front end. This next one's the Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Force Fleet Training Command, Yokosuka, Japan. This is a coin from the Japanese Chiefs Mess at their training command, and it's got their units there. This is a Japanese Chiefs Mess coin. This is for the USS Shoup, DDG-86. He was a Medal of Honor winner. It's got his Medal of Honor there in the front. The same with USS Howard, DDG-83 that was on. It was a Medal of Honor winner also. This is Department of the Army. This came from Camp Zama. And it's got all in Okinawa, if I remember right. It's got all the bases in Okinawa. This is for the Center of Information Dominance in Yokosuka, Japan. Kind of cool about this, they got Albert Einstein there. So it says, ought discede, either learn or leave on the back. This one here, smaller one, and again, Amphibious Force 7 Fleet, Amphibious Group. This was a unit coin that was given out. Task Force 76 Amphibious. My unwrapped one. This one's a pretty cool design. It's a skull, USS Fitzgerald DDG 62, and then the front end, the skull, and then it says Mors Ultima Linea Rerum Est, and this is the Far East, USS Fitzgerald DDG 62. Let's drop them here. So this next one is the USS Thach. It's a fast frigate, FFG 43. This is the Chief Petty Officer's Mess coin. It's got the star design that was on naval aviation planes. It was named after a naval aviation pilot by a last name of Thach. And then there's the Navy Chief emblem, and this was a fast frigate, FFG 43. When I came in, there were still a lot of the little fast frigates around. This was probably one of my favorite ones, also because it's got a ammo round in here. Explosive Safety Officer in Yokosuka, Japan, at the Ordnance Facility, gave this out for excellence in service and work. And then another ceremonial one here. This is When Heroes Meet. This is the 50th Leyte Gulf commemoration, October 1944 to 1994. So in 1994, we went to the commemoration of the Battle of Leyte Gulf, and we got this one here. This is Naval Beach Group 1, Amphibious Command, and it's presented by the commander of the Naval Beach Group 1. Presented by. So when it's presented to you, sometimes it says presented by, or not when they do the handshake. Like I said, it's in there, they do handshake, and you get it from the commanding officers. Let's see what this one was. I have another Ronald Reagan coin. This is just the regular ship's coin and their Chief's Mess, but it's not a fancy design like the other one. So there's the back end, and then the Chief's. And then this one here is from Okinawa. Again, the deck plate design here on the back. And Fleet Activities Okinawa Chief Petty Officer Association. That's the front end of it for the Okinawa Chiefs. And I got this one. This is the USS Spruance DDG 111. That's the door. When you open up the hatch, right there, USS Spruance, Navy Chief, Navy Pride. It says try, temper, intrude, request. Damn. Results, not excuses. Sorry, right? And some of these are old, and so that's one of the ones that actually looks like a hatch when you enter a doorway. Again, Jose Fantastico here. Just went through my coin collection. I know some of these videos are real short, but I went through a couple of them and talked a little bit about each one, what their command was, their unit, and stuff like that. And if I remember how I got it, I kind of mentioned and stuff like that. A big amount. I was in the Navy for a while, so I have those, and then the commands I was actually on in my shadow box and stuff are up there. But if you like this video about challenge coins, I read a little bit about the history, but I'll put more in the link in the description below. That way you could understand better than me talking real fast. But if you like this video, go and like, share, subscribe. Have a good day. Adios.